Hey guys, welcome back and ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. I have got a Christmas mold that I got from Amazon. It arrived during the week and I thought today would be the perfect day to do it because it's a bit cooler today. It's a lot of resin. I've got 2 cups mixed up, about 500 grams. So I've got this board here that's got my 2 trees on it, and then I've got that board there. Let me just go and show you because I'll do one at a time because I can't fit the whole thing in. So, whoops, there is the other one. Those are the shelves over there. And then these are the 2 trees. Let me put you back as close as we can get. How's that? All right, so I'll do them in 2 steps. I'll pour all the colours. Well, I'll mix up the colours. I'll do the trees and then I'll move you over to the side and we'll do the shelves. So we'll get a wriggle on because this resin's going to go set up quickly. I'm using the Platinum Ultra Clear. You do have a 45-minute work time on this one, which is nice. But it's still a big container. So I'm going to... I thought I'd put it into 2 smaller containers, but we'll see how I go. I'll start mixing colours and see how we go. So basically, like, I don't know if you know, but my colours on my tree are red, white and silver, nothing else. But I didn't think this would look nice as red. So I'm just going to do traditional colours. Greens, I'm going to do the bottom there, which is the trunk of the tree or the stand in brown. That's Artisue. In the brown, I'm going to do dark green, light green. It's a similar shades, they're not too bright. So they're both the Artisue. That one's Army Green, and then that one is Mint Sparkle, and then I've got this Max White Sparkle from Colour Passion, one of my new favourites. So, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to put, I've got these little clear crystals. I don't know if I want to put those in the edges or not. Not sure. So I've seen a few people do, well, I don't know, a few. I've seen it, I know Sharon Lindley's done it. Hey Sharon! Hers was blue and silver. Check her YouTube channel out. She did an amazing job with hers. But as I said, I'm going to go with greens. Yeah, let's get going. I've got my little paper cups here. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with the brown. I haven't even opened it yet. I was going to sort of mix everything off camera and I thought, nah, I'll just do it. And put two scoops in of the brown and some resin. Now the trick with these molds is not to overfill them because they slot into each other like that. You know, the shelves, these things. So don't overfill, rather go under than over. So that's my plan today, not to go too full. You certainly don't want it to dome. Now I need quite a lot of green, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if this is going to be enough. I'm just going to put my colours up here in case I need to get more. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. I haven't actually done something this huge before. Because it's got so many pieces to it. So I'll make up just enough, you know, to go in the cups. I can always make more. Ooh, I haven't used this one yet either. Let me open it over here so it doesn't spray everywhere. So you know how you get different shades of greens? I didn't want to go, as I said, I didn't want to go too bright. 1, 2, 3. I'll just sit that over there. And I'm going to try and have maybe a little bit of like snowy looking along, because there's like, that's going to be like, you know, your row of branches across there. So I'm going to bring my white across there. I do have this white satin from Resin. I don't know if I want to add the white to the sparkle or if I just want to have it as sparkle. I'm not sure yet, so we shall see about that one too. probably put a little bit down and see what it looks like. This stuff really flies away. 1, 2, 3. All right, you go up there as well. Everything's out of the way. Okay, now we'll put some resin in these cups. Like, even if I just get, you know, these two done with these, I've got all that resin left for what's over on the other side there. So, actually, I'll put you on pause. I'm just going to stir these. It'll just take me a couple of minutes, and then I'll come back to you, okay? Because you don't want to watch me stir. Righto, mixed up. Let's move these out of the way for a sec. So I think I'll start with the nice easy one and do this brown down here. Oops. We have had so much rain overnight, and it's just starting again, so I have to excuse the noise if you hear rain. We've had flooding, not me personally, but this the whole area that I live in, up the whole coast, is having flooding at the moment because we've got a king tide as well. So the rivers are all up. Yeah, lots and lots of rain. Alright, I'll leave that little tiny bit of brown in there in case I need to add to it. Now these molds are relatively cheap. They're very thin, so don't over torch. Now the next thing I want to do is with my green. It certainly isn't army green, isn't it? But these colours will be alright together. Alright, so what I want to do is, oh, and I want to leave the star for the sparkle white. So I'm going to try and just, whoops, that's probably a little bit much. A little bit of that one. A little bit of that one in the middle. It's going to be a bit tricky to do, I'm sure of that. And then the sparkle white in the top, and push down, push that green down. I'm going to do some sparkle white along here. So yeah, it's probably going to, you know, spill out and overflow, but what can you do? It's resin. Whoa, it's resin. It does its own thing, and I'm spilling. Hang on, let me clean that up. How am I going to get in there? Here comes the rain. Try and pinch that. It's a bit full, so it doesn't want to pour very easily. Like so, and then the lighter green. And then my sparkle white. Doesn't look as if I'm going to put any crystals in, I don't know. I can always add them on later onto the corners, but I don't think you're even going to see them really. Look at that cloth. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at my brown. It's encroaching. The colours all will blend a little bit, you know, as I said, there's not much you can do about that. Not really. Not unless you want to wait until your resin is quite thick. Oh, I went down there and I shouldn't have. If you wait until your resin's quite thick, you know, it'll not blend so much, but I don't want to risk over, like, leaving it too long and then it gets too hot. Okay. Right, that's the first one done. Oh my gosh, this is stressful. Get another wipe. Baby wipes are great. Alright, let's do the same on this one. No star on this one, so we can just go like that. And like that. And then a little bit of this lighter green doesn't have to be exactly in the middle, just pour it where you can. And of course, if you're not using green, then do your own thing, do your own pattern. I just thought it would look nice to have a little bit of that sparkle in between. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Leave enough room for my sparkle white down the bottom. Actually, let's do that now before I lose my little open space for it. Okay, and I'm running out of sparkle white. Let me make up some more. What did I do? I did 3 scoops, didn't I? 1, 2, 3. That's my resin feeling. It's okay, it's still cool. Just feel as if I have to get a wriggle on with my, yes, it's so much resin today. Let me stir this. I'm going to stir it over here away from the molds. So hopefully my colours will kind of blend nicely. My greens, hopefully, will look pretty. The stars looking pretty. It's got a little bit of green up, you know, encroaching, but most of it has stayed with the sparkle white. This one here I poured wrong. I went right up to the edge with my green, so I probably need to push a little bit more sparkle white into there and push the green back. I'll wait until my resin set up a little bit and then I'll give it a bit of a push with the leftover resin. Okay, so here we go. I've got that. Let's go with the green again. I'll leave room for the white this time. Although my brown's encroaching there, so I'll just push it. Say, get back, my spot. And a little bit of green through there. I don't know if the browns come right up here now. Oh my gosh, that one had too much, obviously. All right, so that's that one done for now. I'll give it a quick torch. Pop bubbles. Oh, there's so much to do, so much torching. It's a big mold, you guys. Whoa. Hoping these colours will work nicely together. Starting to get some effects happening there with the 2 greens together, blending. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'm going to move you over to this side. Just clean up my mess. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to mix up some more greens as well, and I'll move you over to the side here. I'll put you on pause while I mix up some more green and move you, so stay there. Rightio, back again. So we've moved over here, going to concentrate on these now. Now the shelves, that's the bottom shelf, that's the middle shelf, that's the top shelf. And as I said, they slot into each other like that. So I think with this, just to play along with these little edges here, I think I'm going to put the sparkle white along the edge, because that's going to be, you know, that's going to be the outside of your shelf. Got a little bit more resin left there in case I need to mix up some more sparkle white. I think I might need to. So just going to go like so, just around the outside of the shelf. Probably need to top some areas up, but I'm going to make sure I've got enough first before I go topping up. Whoa, get out of the way, jug. You made me do a boo-boo. Push that down. Okay. I'm going to make sure that everything's well out of your work way, because if your arm, you know, can't move over that way, then you know, if you've got something in the way, then it's a bit tricky. I'm just going to push some of this down here. I've got my little wet wipe. Clean up as I go. Alrighty, so that's done. Now I'm going to go with the dark green. It's very forest-like, this green, isn't it? I'm glad I didn't go for something like too bright. It's going to look like a real tree. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to follow this line. And then in here. So these little pieces here, they join into your tree. So that's why you've got to be really careful not to overfill it. Or they won't slot together and you'll be sanding forever to try and get them to fit together. So be really careful. It's probably a bit late now for those who want to do Christmassy things, because Christmas is only in, well, it's 2 weeks away, isn't it? Okay, let's leave a little bit of room for my other green. This one probably needs a bit more because it's bigger. Mix it again, make sure there's no loose mica because it comes to the top, and then you can just give it a stir before you use it, because if you've got any unmixed mica, it tends to float to the top. You can just give it another quick mix. Alright, we'll just fill this gap in. With the lighter green. Missed a bit there. But yeah, look, it's all going to blend anyway, so just do what you want to do and it will blend together. More rain. So while I've still got this green out, I want to go and add a little bit more to my Christmas tree. So, I'm going to dry my hands. Hope you can hear me over the rain. Okay, so we've got a little bit of green, got a little bit more of that. I've still got some resin in here and it's not overheating yet, so yay. Now I can still think about if I want to put some crystals in, just sort of plop them in the corner there. I'm going to actually take you back, actually I'll torch this and then I'm going to take you back over to the other tree, and I'm going to add a little bit more just to fill it up a little bit more. So as I said, this is 2 cups. I made up, I wrote it down, I can tell you, 350 grams of part A and 160 grams of part B. Because as you all know, part A weighs more. But if you're just going to measure it in a jug and go by volume rather, then, you know, you can just do 2 parts and 1 part. Okay, let me take you back over here because I want to add a little bit more of the light green. I'm not going to put you on pause. Don't get car sick. Whee! Over we go. How was that? Everyone felt as if they were flying. Now let me make sure that you're focused again. Focused. Right. So I want to add a little bit more of the light green. Just through the center. It's going to blend anyway, because the resin's still moving. Now it's still thin, it's still moving, so we don't need to worry about that. Now I just have to make sure I'm not going to overfill them, so I'll be very careful, adding bits slowly. But I can see that I've still got quite a lot of area that I can add. Well, you know, let's do some of these, hey? Because I've got them and I might as well use them, hey? I can open this with my gloves on. Alright, here we go. Let's pour some in. They're just little crystals. Little diamante things. And we'll just make a paste out of those because I don't want them to, you know, flow away. I've got another stick. Yes, here's a stick. See, just little blobs of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just going to add a little blob. Oh, there's a hair. A little blob to each little point. You probably won't even be able to see it against this sparkle white, but you might. We'll see. I don't know. Won't hurt anyway. And, oh, I can put some in the top too. I might have to make up a little bit more and put some in the star. What do you think? That'll be pretty too, hey? Now this one here is really quite green, so I'm going to see if I can push that green back. I don't know whether or not that will work. Try and push the green back a little bit, so just so that I've got a little bit more of the white sparkle coming across, looking as if it's sitting on the branches. I think I'll have to make up some more white sparkle because they're pretty much out now. Oops, there's a few stray crystals. Look at that. Where did you go? Where did you come from? Get back in there. Oh, everything's so difficult when you've got gloves on and everything's sticky, isn't it? All right, so I need to make up, where did I get to? Over here. Let's put some crystals in there. I think I've done that side and I'm on this side now, aren't I? Or did I already do that side? Oh, I can't remember now. I can't remember. Did I start there and go around? Did I do I think I did that. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to make up some more crystals and I'm going to put it in there. Actually, whoa, oh my gosh. Let's just use the whole bag, hey? There we go. I'll pick you up. It'll be a bit tricky to pick you up with my gloves on. I'll try and get as many as I can. I won't worry about them all, I don't think. Maybe. Oh yeah, look at me. Look at me go! I'm getting them. Alright, a little bit more resin. And I think I want to make up a little bit more of the sparkle white as well. And then we'll have to go over there and look at that. See what those ones are doing. Might be a bit too thick, that one. Let's add a little bit more. Not much resin left. So I don't think I need any more brown. Let's just do a little bit more of the sparkle white. Just to use up the last of the resin. 1, 2, 3. And the rest of it can go in there. And that's going to be the end of it. I think that worked out really well. 500 and I think it was 510 grams to be exact. And it's not setting up too fast, so yeah, I was really worried because when I did something the other day, mind you it was a really hot day, but it set up really quickly and it was getting hot and sticky. Oh, it was one of my coasters. Did you see that? It was really difficult to do. All right, so I'll give that a stir. Does it kind of look as if it's snow on the edges? That's the kind of look I'm going for. Oh, this is pretty. Look at the striations we're getting. Very tree-like. Hey, with those striations. Now this is, as I said, this is the last of my resin. Don't think I've got any more that I can get out. Whoa. Oh, did I dip? Oh, look, I dipped. Oh, geez, you've got to be so careful. Be careful what you're doing, woman. Concentrate. Okay, that's all right. I didn't do any damage. Could have done a lot of damage. It was a disaster. Could have been a disaster. Oh gosh. All right, so that's all that I've got left. I've got a little bit of that. Got a little bit of the green, and oh, there's a tiny bit of brown left. I don't think I need any more brown unless I want to just like fill the mold a little bit more. I'll use that. There's a tiny little bit of the green. I'm just going to scrape that and put it here. It's really not much. Just put it up the top there and get that gorgeous sort of striation look. Right, so that one's empty. Now, what was I doing? What was I doing? So they've each got, that's right, I was doing the top. Right, now I'm going to put some more of the sparkle white in and try and push the green down a bit if I can. I think I'll just use the sparkle white to see if it'll push down. Just put it in slowly. And see if I can get the green to go. Oh my gosh, okay, that didn't really work very well. Now, some crystals. Let's put the crystals in on top. Let's do that slowly. You can see as I'm putting resin in here, it's pushing down. So I've just got to do it gently. Hang on, I need to get a spoon. I'm going to take a little bit of this clear out. Oh, it looks as if it's just going to keep flowing, isn't it? Alright, I've got a tiny bit of this green left, so let's just pop that there. It's starting to thicken up now. Just going to give that a bit of a zhuzh. Just didn't want too much of that clear running down because I want the clear to stay in the star. Okay, there we go. That'll do. That looks better. Right, now I've got some crystals, I've got some sparkle white. We need to go back over to the other side and do the shelves. I just need to clean my hands again. Are you bored? Am I taking too long? Sorry if I am. Now, which one needs a little bit more? Like they're well under the, you know, the height that they should be. Maybe I can put a little bit more brown in. And I'm only doing this just to, because I've got it, and just to raise it up just ever so slightly, the height of the resin. And I've made sure that my table is really, really level. Okay, that's pretty much it. Empty. It's empty. All right, come with me. We'll go over to the other side now. Oops, I'm going to move my sparkle white. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is quite an effort, you guys. Moving you. It's fun though. I'm glad you're here with me. It is fun. Okay, so now, as I said, I've got a little bit more sparkle white. So let's put a little bit more around the edges. Just because we've got it. I just have to check the height of these, make sure I'm not overfilling, because that would be a disaster if I do. I do have a Dremel though, so I mean, if there are any areas that are a bit high, I can easily Dremel them, you know, sand them. Right, so I've got some of these crystals left. Let's just, I wonder if I can actually pour them. No. And we're going to do this. Just little splops of them, just like so. We'll just drop them along the edges there. I don't know if you'll be able to see these once it's dry and unmolded. Is it unmolded or demolded? Try and spread them so that each little shelf can have a few. I never know whether you guys want to watch this whole thing or whether, you know, it's good just to speed it up, because other people like speed them up. I mean, you can still see what they're doing, but they're not talking to you as they're doing it. They just, you know, speed it up. So, I don't know. I do what makes me happy, I guess. Chat to you while I'm working. I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you, so hopefully you enjoy listening to me. And I'm not boring you too much by going on and on and on, because this is probably going to be a long video, because there's a lot to it. So when I've done this, I'm going to go and make a batch of shortbread. Still doing some of my Christmas baking. Did gingerbread men yesterday with my daughter Christy. She came up and we did gingerbread men. Love gingerbread men with the white icing and mini M&Ms. Now this looks as if it's got a lot just there. It's because we've got a lot of green there. Why have we got so much green there? I don't know. Can we push some of that green away maybe? I guess the green will spread a little bit, won't it? All right, now I'm just going to check my heights, because I've got a tiny bit of resin left, and if any of them need a little bit more, I'll just top up. Torch. And hair. Alrighty, so yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit of touching up, see which ones need a little bit more resin, because I mean I've only got a tiny little bit of crystal and a tiny bit of the white sparkle, so I might add that to a few of them just to bring them up in height. Up and over. And come back to you when they are ready to unmold. Let's have a little look. If I look across the top, so this mold here hasn't got as much as that mold there, so I'm going to put a little bit more. I want to use this up. There's no point wasting it, so I'm just going to put a little bit more of the crystals in. Just have to make sure that they stay flush with the top of the mold and don't stick out, hey. This one's still got green on the edge. Never mind. What can you do? I've got bubbles in my star here. I'm going to have to torch it. Can't have bubbles in your star. Just putting some more over on this little shelf here. Using them up. Where else? Where else? Where else? Oh, Christy and I went out, because you know how she comes up every 3 weeks or so. We went out for dinner, and then just to the local pub, had some yummy salt and pepper calamari, and then it was like pouring. We wanted to look at the Christmas lights. There's a street that has probably 90% of its houses in the street. They decorate for Christmas, and people walk around and chat and look at all the lights and just have a lovely time. But because it was just pouring and there was thunder and lightning, and we wanted to go anyway, so we just sat in the car and drove around and with the window open. And the rain was coming in. I was getting wet, but it was a lot of fun. So we at least got to see some Christmas lights. So that was very nice. All right, that's empty. Yay! All right, so yeah, look, I've got a tiny little bit of that left. I'm going to torch again because I've got bubbles in there, and I'll come back to you tomorrow or the next day. I might leave it 2 days. It's a bit of a shame the brown's gone up there, hey? It's gone up quite high. Oh well. Never mind. What about if I... Actually, I've got a tiny bit of green left. Do you want to watch this? Do you want to watch me do this? I want to see if I can take some brown out. Only because of the height. I don't want to overfill it. Come on, green. Out you come. Where's my stick? I'm going to pour that out, and then I'm going to like try and push the green down a bit. That bit there just bugged me, hey. The brown came in. I obviously put too much brown in. I think you need to do one section at a time. Put the brown in and then put your other colour up against it so it doesn't flow any further, because you really don't want that one to blend. The others doesn't matter if it blends, but you really don't want your tree stump to be blending too much, do you? No. I don't know, is that working? It's okay. There we go. That will do. All right, now I am going. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Hope you're enjoying this. All right, wish me luck. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's a cold and rainy day again today. Well, not so much of the cold, but we've had so much rain overnight. So here they are, dry pieces. It does look a bit like wood, doesn't it? A bit like timber there. This was the one that had encroached all the way up there, and I kind of pushed it back a little bit. So now, I guess the fun part, trying to get these out. Hopefully they'll come out okay. through these. There's a little bit tricky because you've got to push down. And these ones are easy. I guess once, yeah, that's okay. Once you get going a little bit, they just peel back. That's okay. Oh, look at that one. That one peels back well too. Let's turn it around. Now, I didn't overfill them, as I said. I'll see if I can show you actually before we get started. See that lip on the back there? So you can actually see that I didn't fill it up all the way. Otherwise, I think it might not have fitted well together. So yeah, just make sure that you leave that little bit of lip. Hopefully it's enough. We shall find out, I guess. It's not very thick at all. Look at that. It's not very thick. I should measure it actually, shouldn't I? I guess it doesn't matter. All right, come on, last little bit. Out you come. There we go. There it is. And the back's not too bad. We've got a little bit of glitter. I don't know about these blobs. It looks like eyes. Never mind. But the front's really pretty. Oh, you've got to be careful of that. Look at that. That's a little bit like, moves a little bit. It's only thin. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just unmold everything else. I'll do it in double time and then I'll come back to you. I'm going to have my coffee. My cappuccino. Yeah, I haven't had that yet today, so let's do that. I'll be right back. Right, so that's done, and I thought I'd put it back up on the table because when I stood them like that, you couldn't see properly. So now, what do we do? What do we do? There are little pieces. Make sure that you can actually see the other pieces as well. Just move you down a tad, just a tad. There we go. Now, what do I do? What do I do? What is the first thing that we do? First thing, how about we put these two together? Whoa! It worked! It worked! It worked! Yay! Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Look at that! Oh, it has a little bit of a wobble. Why does it wobble? Okay, so this bit here is a little bit higher than that bit. Maybe it just needs like a little tap down. Maybe. Where's my hammer? Give it a tiny little tap. Maybe it's just not in properly. I don't want to break anything though. Or maybe that's just how it is. I don't know. Looks as if it's in properly, but yeah, that one is a bit higher than that one. Okay, so that's the first bit done. And it's looking pretty. Oops, you can't see it. This is the thing. I don't know where to put it. There. Okay. Now, let's have a look. See, if you're looking at it this way, that, I guess, to me that would be the front, I guess, because you've got two pretty sides there. When you turn it around, you've got one back and one front. And there you've got two backs. So this is definitely the back, and then one back, one front, or vice versa, and then two fronts. So that would be the front. Now then, we've got the two bigger shelves. So that on the bottom, and then our middle shelves, and then the top shelves. So I guess that just fits. You can see there's a slot there. So bottom, middle, top. So let's just... Does that go in there like so? Oh yeah. And then it's got this little See that little cutout there as well? Yeah, I didn't really notice that. So that goes there, and then that has to just sit in there. That little cutout sits on the other side there. Alright, let's do the other one. Make sure it's the top side, not the bottom side showing. And let's do that one. Oh, it's fitting together really well. Woohoo! I was so worried that I would have overfilled them and then they wouldn't fit together. It's doing it. I don't know how easy it would be to actually pick it up and move it, whether or not it would actually fall apart. So I guess if it's something that, you know, you're going to be bringing out every year, you might want to pack it away and lay it flat, unless you've got a big box, and then you would just maybe keep it like that if you didn't want to pull it apart. I guess if you wanted to keep it up like this all the time, you could possibly put a little bit of glue on here and then actually stick it together so it doesn't come apart. I don't know. I guess that's up to the individual on how they want to do it. It's working, it's working. Let me see what you see. You can't see the star on top. All right, last two little pieces go like so, and they fit in perfectly. Ta-da! Woohoo! Oops. Yes, you've got to be a little bit careful, especially this bottom one. This bottom one kind of drops out a little bit. Excuse my dogs. I said woohoo. They're all excited about what I'm woohooing about. Right, I'm going to take you down and then show you a bit of a close-up. Let's go. Now the only thing is, after I did it, I thought, oh, maybe I should have done something, you know, a little bit more Christmassy. Turn it around. Rather than just a plain green. Move the hammer out of the background. You know, rather than just plain green. But anyway, I can still do one, can't I? Still got time. Okay, so here we go. Have a little look, a little close-up look. I've got some of the white sparkle there along the edges. And you can see the crystals there in the corners on the little points. Inside looks really pretty. Next layer up. White sparkle again, looks really nice. And there's our star. I am just wondering if maybe I shouldn't have played it so safe and not gone with green. Let's have a look at the bottom, at the base. There it is. Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe I shouldn't have gone with the traditional, you know, green and brown trunk. Maybe I should have gone with my red that I wanted to do. Well, my colours are red, white and silver, so maybe I'll do another one. What do you think? And maybe a little bit more transparent, a little bit lighter, because in the little corners there it looks a little bit dark, but then once you've got something in there, like little maybe tea candles or something like that, that'll lighten it up. But it is quite dark in the studio as well today. It's a very dark and rainy, overcast day today. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. That was a lot of fun. And it worked out relatively quite easy, really. I didn't struggle with it. Now it's a bit dark on this side because I haven't got any lights on this side. But there it is. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it. And I'll set it up outside once it stops raining and got a bit of sun. It might not be for the rest of the week. They said lots of rain and flooding for the rest of the week, so we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll just have to leave it inside and take a little video of it. So there it is. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon for the next one. Okay, bye for now.